Hello. I hope you all enjoy this video. I put together some of my best catches from the last month or so. Actually more like a few weeks, but this first one starting out is pretty interesting. I was shot. This guy I was filming while I was waiting for Amtrak, and I heard something on the radio and started paying attention, and I'm like, what the heck is this coming from? This is just starting to see it here pretty soon. I actually caught it about 15 to 20 minutes away on one of my rail cams. I have, well, there are other rail cams I've set up in a stream with OBS, but this geometry train came passing the grain train. He was just flying too. It doesn't look like it right there, but you'll see in a little bit. And it's just crazy. He started, and he passed right in front of me where I was set up, right. See, I kind of go up with the drone here, so you can get, kind of puts it in the scale of, first off, the grain train's going about 50 miles an hour. The geometry train is doing about 70, and if you can see the grain train, it was long. It was like 600 axle. It stretches, all the way as far as you can see, and it's not even done yet. You can see the old geometry train just making its way past. I think he was getting by. They wanted him to pass, I'm sure, by the Staples yard, that area, because about 7 miles past there, in Philbrook, it goes. That's wrong. It's farther than that. I guess it's more like 14 miles. But it goes to single track, and then it stays that way all the way to Little Falls. And so this is where they pass. I didn't really know this because I was set up to watch Amtrak, and I thought, okay, so I caught this guy, and then I caught the geometry train, score. And so then I'm filming this stack train. It's a Z train, I'm pretty sure. So he's cruising pretty good. And I kind of fast forward because there's a lot of boring this, but I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. This is back to back. This happened back to back. And I'm like, now Amtrak's gonna pass this stack train? And there he goes for you. He's doing about 70. And I'll have you know, this train was like 6 hours late. It's the Empire Builder 8, but they call it the late 8. It's late a lot. So anyways, two of those passes right in front of me that day, back to back. That was kind of unheard of. I went and bought a lottery ticket. And now this is about a week later, and I'm just set up filming, and these two trains met right here in the Staples yard, which is always neat because they were backed up for some reason. Obviously, you can see. Not sure why what was going on, but so I got this meet. This is fairly early in the morning. The empty gondolas there, and then of course the 2 auto racks, oiler. Well, I guess it's a mixed manifest. Been watching American Hobo lately, and I'm thinking I got to start paying attention because right now he's actually in Fargo, from what I can tell, and he's headed to Chicago. So he will be going right through on this line right here, right through Staples. As you can see, I have to gain a little altitude because these power lines put them in a really inconvenient spot for me. Because Burlington used to have some, I don't even know, I'll have to do research on what they had there. But now it's just a nice approach off the highway that I go here quite a bit because it's by the yard. But there's one little hiccup with that, using this spot. You'll see in a little bit. And there I am. So following this train down, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, uh-oh, what's that white truck doing? Uh-oh, he's still coming. And I got a talking to. It's happened before. They're pretty cool because I'm very respectful and everything, but that shot you saw where I was kind of flying in head on towards the train that was meeting, and I passed over. Well, these guys happened to be working down there, and they saw me fly my drone over the train, which I am a Part 107 UAV certified pilot. Well, I'm a regular pilot as well, but what they didn't like is that I flew over the train and the yard, and this is a small yard, and you know the rules kind of say you're not supposed to fly over train yards, and you're never supposed to fly over for too extended of a period of time. You're supposed to transition. So I started by telling that guy, I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I stay on this side. He goes, oh, we saw you, your drone was right over that train. I'm like, oh, you mean when I was flying across over transitioning? And he's like, yeah. And they just went about their way and let me stay there. It is even railroad property, so I mean, by every right, they could have just had me leave immediately. I actually had to cancel my auto land on the drone because it was coming back. It was going to land on top of his truck, because to play it cool, I hit the auto land and then just sat in my chair there. So then I stayed low and got this shot. I thought this was neat. I'm going to do that more, I think. Use the drone like a tripod. And of course, I always have my scanners with me, and so I'm listening to the radio, rail traffic, you know, whatever, and Hot Wheel detectors down that way a few miles. So now this is a different day and a different stack train. If anybody knows what they haul, it's like a gondola, and then they have that, it's like a chemical tank or something that has a roll cage around it. Obviously they can lift it in and out of there, but I have no idea what's in there. So if anybody knows, comment about it. For American Hobo. And here comes Amtrak. Late 8s again. Different view. This was pretty early in the morning, not too long after sunrise. They were late again. I misjudged how far I should have had my drone out, because I filmed from the ground too. So I have to do everything. So I fly my drone out ahead of the train, film it pass. But obviously, I didn't get that one quite right. But now this, then I go and I was watching the cameras and I'm like, where are those two locomotives going all by themselves? From Brainerd, off the Brainerd cam, headed towards me to the west, where I was at Staples. And that was a very loud horn blast. I was sitting right there. And here's this rail train I find in Pillager. Those two locomotives didn't show up, and I'm like, where could they be? I'm like, I did notice some cars. And this is the same day I got talked to by the railroad, and they're all over here. But, and yeah, notice how the rail flexes with that curve. It's a 1/4 mile of continuous welded rail. It spans every car. That's all one piece of rail, every one of those. But yeah, so I had to watch out for the railroad workers. But those locomotives didn't show up, and so I'm like, well, where could they be? Remembered seeing some cars here, went to Pillager, found them hooking up to this. The reason the railroad, and this guy parked right by me, I didn't notice it because I was on my drone. And all of a sudden I heard my radio twice. Oh, Montana Rail Link. I was here for that on this day. Back to all those trucks by that rail train that was there. The train was parked across several crossings for an extended period of time. So those guys were there to monitor that, and also where the train was, it would have had the crossing guards down the whole time. So they're there to override it, and then they also have to put them down again when the train moves because it won't trip. So that's why they had 3 different trucks there doing stuff like that. And this was just super cool because I saw a Montana Rail Link coming on this. This is the same morning of that Amtrak, so I got to catch both of them. Planning to go there for Amtrak, and then I saw Montana Rail Link, and I was like, score. I filmed this whole train for you guys. There's can be some cool graffiti on here and stuff. Oh, I always film the whole train. I should say I left the whole train in here for video. That was cool. There's some skilled artists that do that. Some of it. Some of it not. Why, man? You will see the hobo takes on here too. I don't know where these, well, I mean, they're grain, so they sit in spots for extended periods of time, but they must be near bigger cities where they park in the yard for quite a while or something. Well, Northtown, I mean, these go to Northtown, but I'm assuming somewhere else it doesn't get policed as much. got a Freddy in it. Can't see it here, but oh, yep. Obviously, but it's fun to catch those MRLs. Big loaded coal trains sitting there. Quite a few. In fact, they were getting ready to leave, and they were also hooking up, building a train with some of these auto cars. Look at that big smoke, that Nash 8. All that coal is going to the Monticello power plant, Excel Energy, I believe. Multiple trains a day. And they're all 495 axles, is it? 498, something? No, 495, I think. It equals out to, I think, 125 cars plus the locomotives. Once again, get the perspective of how long these things are. Like those auto racks. Imagine how many, in one train, how many new vehicles are in there. There's 3 levels high. A lot of cool videos out there of them loading these things. If you ever want to see how that's done. I'm trying to transition across the train, but there's trees in the way, so I couldn't. There goes my spot you just saw. That isn't fog or anything that you can see in the sky. It's making it hazy. That is smoke from the wildfires. I've been thinking after watching American Hobo, Staples would be a great spot for a hobo to, you know, they say, well, it's not get on and get off, they just call it. But anyways, you got all kinds of great stores you can walk to, you know, and there's a park there. And the depot is actually open, has, you know, outlets and everything else. You'll see the depot pretty good in a little bit here, next one. I don't. This one doesn't have a DQ, I don't think. At the end, I think we got Freddy again. Hi, my friend. Let's get that perspective again. So frame this kind of with these coal train locomotives sitting here, because as you can see, coming from top left to right, late 8 is here again, and late is why I'm filming it. It's supposed to get in at about 5:30 in the morning. The other one going west, it gets in the depot about 2:30 in the morning. And those chevrons on that lead Challenger, Challenger Charger. Anyways, I haven't seen that before. I think that's something new, kind of like a throwback to their old clothes. You're gonna see the people coming up here, film the stop. It was built in the late 1890s. That white strip you see in front, they've been working there, actually totally redoing the Amtrak stop here. And I believe that you used to have to pull up like to the depot there, so they're pulling it back. And I think that's because before, when they stopped, the locomotives were in the crossing, and they're not here long ever. There, good view of the depot, the Amtrak, locomotives. But semi-trailers are for the remodel. They're redoing, kind of renovating the depot too, which is super cool. It's a really neat place. So I think they made the new platform back further, because as you'll see, when he stops now, well, no, maybe they're not stopping there yet, because I think he does still get up to the crossing. Yep. So I think, we'll see. I mean, he's not across the road, but that's not going to matter. Yeah, see, they're still pulled up. They're loading and unloading from right in front of the depot. So if they were back at the back end of that new platform, they wouldn't be. Heading southeast there. That's towards Philbrook, where it goes from double track to single track. So thanks for watching. This is an original song by my dad. He made this for my videos, so enjoy that. And just kind of give you a view of Staples and the yard here coming up.
Here she comes.
And, of course, like everyone says, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Feeling the earth shake. It's a big iron earthquake. Rolling down the track with a clickety-clickety-clack. Hauling lumber, steel, and coal, 1 mile of freight on the roll. Run on up to Notch 8, that load of freight can't wait. Hear that whistle blow from high loud to deep and low. Do it again, but real slow. Train man, I envy you. Wish I could do what you do too. Rolling down the track through the night with a clickety-clickety-clack. Here she comes and there she goes, rolling down the track with a clickety-clickety-clack. I hear you coming, running hard and running fast. count them, 120, and none of them empty. Do you hear the rail singing and hear the bell ringing as she rolls down the track with that clickety, clickety, clack?